Hi there, I'm Kiri. By now I've played a bit of Evil Genius 2 World Domination, and I've come up with a couple of tips that are super helpful to me. If you've played Evil Genius 1, you might know some of them already, but there might still be something new for you. Thanks again, Rebellion, for providing me with a key for this game. Let's have a look. Alright, first, especially in the beginning, if you don't have a lot of minions yet, or you don't have any guards, or maybe not enough, and you see agents or investigators, you know, anybody with ill intent come here, through your casino towards your lair, right? You want to mark them, obviously, either for distraction, capture, termination. I'm gonna wait until they're inside here now so that we don't scare tourists away. I already have my Evil Genius Emma right there.
Indeed.
But what we want to do is, as soon as they're here, I'm gonna call in a high alert, because then everybody, every minion, every guard will come here to attack them. If I don't do this, then, you know, one or maybe two minions will go there, try to kill them. But there are 5 agents coming, so they will kill me before that. So what I need is like a bulk of expendable minions to go there and deal with them.
There's an intruder here.
So now they're already in the base. I'm gonna click on all of them if I can. Camera's a bit wonky, especially because we have the doors here.
An intruder is in the lair.
So I've marked them for killing. What I'm gonna do now is press and hold on high alert.
Sound the
And
alarms.
here we are. Alright, let's unpause this. What you'll see now
into my own
is that everybody come running. And also, Emma, my Evil Genius, is helping, and then we can deal with them quickly, with hardly any casualties on our side. If you don't do this, as I said, you know, you're gonna lose so many minions, and especially in the beginning, you can't really, you don't have enough resource, and you want to keep as many as you can, and deal with the threat quickly. Once you've done that, just click on high alert again. It's cancelled. Everybody will go back to their jobs. I found that it's actually a better way to do it. It's a quicker way, and you lose less minions. Next tip. Obviously, what can happen then is that your Evil Genius will be injured. You can see this here. Vitality is currently at 160. I'm pretty sure that 200 is max for her. Currently, at least. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell her to go into her inner sanctum and heal up.
All of them.
Because an Evil Genius can heal up in their inner sanctum at the desk. If you skip the tutorial, you will get this as a mission. So build the inner sanctum and then complete the side stories, right? The inner sanctum can be built, you know, super easily because you actually only need the room. The desk is actually an investment though. It's 15k, quite expensive, but it is worth it.
Yes.
Just as you can see,
Get on with it.
we're already healing up rather quickly as well, and your Evil Genius will be super strong, so they can help out in the beginning. If you just, you know, invest 15k in your desk, you can have your Genius, you know, help out, and then after a fight, retreat, heal up, go back to the front again, and it's very good. Highly recommend using them and then watching them be evil at the desk. Next tip. If you start a new game and you disable the tutorial,
Build me a new inner sanctum somewhere. I can gather my allies.
you will need to build an inner sanctum and complete a couple of side stories. The side stories are, if it ain't broke, a mass muscle, cover operation, and big picture thinking. What they do is, they will give you access to the valet, the guard, the scientist, and the technician. So I've started over quite a couple of times now, and I realized that you can actually make your life so much more difficult if you start with the wrong one. So what I found is that you want to start either with a guard, because then you will have guards to protect you against agents. They are obviously stronger, have more health, have more attack damage, kind of. So it's better to use them instead of minions to attack agents that come in. Or you want to start with the cover operation to unlock valets, because valets operate in your casino. Tourists will come to the casino. Once you've completed the story, you can then get a roulette table, a baccarat table, cocktail bar, floor show, so you can distract the agents in the casino but also you can get money from tourists without generating any heat. I recommend you either go for guards, protect yourself against agents, or valets to generate more money. Then I recommend going for the scientists to unlock research, and only lastly going for the technician because your minions can already repair things, right? You don't really need technician. I made the mistake of starting with a scientist because I thought, science, that's great because then we can, we can dig into soft rock and we can traps and all of that. However, if you start with a scientist, you will probably lack for money. Of course, you can do it, and obviously it depends on your playstyle, but if you want to have a quick start, guard, overlay, scientist, technician. Something you've probably noticed when you were rearranging your lair, making new rooms, moving objects around, is that can be a bit tricky. If you're not already in the build mode, what you have to do is click on the object. Click here on edit, and then go back to the object and click on move, and then you can freely move it around and put it somewhere else, rotate it. It's not ideal, right? Way too many steps. If you're already in the build mode, you might be in the room type, so you have to click on the right room type, and you need to click on items, then you can click it, and then you can click on move. Again, way too many actions. So what you can do is you click and hold the left mouse button. You see that wheel appear, you wait until it's full, and then you've automatically picked it up. The tutorial doesn't tell you that. I don't know why, but yeah, this is how you can do it, and it's super, super nice. On to the next one. Okay, this tip I am most excited about. If you go to your settings, you press escape, you go to options, then you go to accessibility options, and here you've got right click build menu. Make sure this is ticked on, because what happens then is when you right click, you open the build menu, which is so nice because you don't have to click down here because it's just, unnecessary movement. You can also press B on your keyboard to open the build menu, but I really like right clicking because, and I found this out on my own, I'm super proud of this, wherever you right click, you will open the build menu of that room. So I'll right click into the infirmary, and what you can see is that the infirmary has already been selected. So if I want to make this bigger, I can immediately do that without, going back down here, clicking on this, going back up here. If I right click now, I deselect a room type. If I right click again, I exit the build mode. I don't really want to make those changes now. This is just to show you how this works. If I right click in a corridor, the corridor is automatically selected. If I right click in the archive is automatically selected. This is super, super helpful. It saves you a lot of time, a lot of unnecessarily clicking. So highly recommend going to the options, accessibility options, and turning on open build menu on right click. Your minion capacity is linked to how many lockers you have. So currently in this one, we can have a maximum of 56 minions. I have lockers here lined up the wall, and I mean this works really well, right? It's a very stretched, but also kind of small barracks. So I've got the beds here and then lined up with lockers. But we need more lockers. Those are not enough to actually make the space work, because the bigger the base, obviously, the more people you need to work everything. So I've come up with a really good thing that you can do to kind of cheese this around, because as you probably know, if you want to build anything, you can only build it in that specific room. So for example, the lockers, you can't just put them here in the corridor, you can't put them here in the training room, they only go into the barracks. My barracks are full. DS can make, new barracks somewhere, but nobody's saying that you have to have beds in the barracks too. So what you can do, in a corridor, apart from everything else, where you don't need to place traps, you can just cheese barracks in there and get lockers, which is really nice. Keep in mind though that you can't really put traps here now on the walls, because obviously those walls are hidden behind the lockers. So how does it work? Let's get here, for example. This wall looks very lovely. We don't really need traps here or security cameras or anything. So what we do is open the build menu, right-clicking into the barracks, so we already have the right room type selected. And then we'll make this barracks. This is not going to work though, because this is one tile. It's 7 by 1. And a room has to have the minimum size of 2 by 2. So this is not going to work. So we need to repurpose parts of the corridor to be a 2 by whatever, really. Now we can swap over to items
Has been triggered.
and place those lockers here. They will build this, and then we've got, you know, a higher minion capacity without really wasting more room. Super neat trick if you need more minions, but you're kind of short on space where to put them. Okay, global operations on the world stage. This is what I like least about the game, because it's so difficult to see where you can actually start a new scheme. It took me a while, but I figured something out. On the global operations button, you've got the red circle with a 3 in it. That means in all my criminal networks, there are 3 that can actually run a new scheme. But where? Usually, I'm zoomed in like this, and that makes it even more difficult to see. So if you don't want to just, you know, just like pan around, like click on everything to, you know, find out, it is so tedious. This one, for example, here, yes, we can launch a scheme. Next one, here. If you zoom in enough, you will see, you will see that we're actually running a scheme currently. It's at 38%. So, okay, this is not it. Can already see this one here. Moving on. This one, no. This one, no. There's something active as well. Okay, we could zoom out again. Then I've realized, oh wait, you can mouse over. If you mouse over, in the top left, it says no scheme running. Mouse over here, scheme running. Scheme running. Available schemes, 1. Over here, no scheme running. So yes, mouse over, zooming out completely and then mouse overing, it works. But I don't think it's quite ideal still. And then I figured out that wherever you have a scheme running, you will have this dots. It is a bit difficult to make out, but here's a purple dot, and that indicates the scheme is running. You even see the circle still around it. So this is basically just the marker that you have here. But if you zoom out then, it becomes a circle with a light green ring around it, indicating when it is finished. You can also see this up here, and then also up here. So I figured out this is a way to somewhat see if there's a scheme running or not. Those dots can be a bit difficult to see because they're really tiny, but it's something at least. It helps me find out quicker where I can run a scheme or not, but it's not ideal. So this map needs more love, right? I suggest like having a quality of life button maybe to cycle through all the available criminal networks that can run a scheme, or maybe have those icons here in a different color or flashing, or, you know, something. Please give us something to make this easier, because that's just tedious. That is tedious. And when something's tedious, it gets annoying and then you don't want to do it. And no, I want to like this game. So quality of life feature, please give us something. But yeah, what you can do, zoom out all the way and then look for those dots that you have. And that was already the last tip. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new. I hope you learned something that can actually help you play this game better, or just, you know, have more fun doing it. So thank you very much again. I hope you enjoy this content. If you like to see more videos, Evil Genius 2 videos, or just, you know, videos in general, feel free to leave a comment. Have a look around, watch the other videos, and if you want to see me live, I stream 5 days a week over on twitch.tv/tudikiri. Feel free to follow the socials as well, and I'll see you next time.